Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdullah Mujahid bin Nazrin. I'm from DEM 3B. So today I will answer the question that given to me from case study 2, chapter sensor. So I will answer all the question in this video. So let's go. Jadi untuk soalan yang pertama, explain the definition of sensor. Jadi sensor is a device that detect or measure or physical properties and records, indicates, or the otherwise respond to it. And then it is a device that convert energy from one form to another, known as transducer. And the input may be electrical, mechanical, chemical, thermal, or optical. So that's it for question 1. Alright, for the second question is identify 10 types of sensor. So the first one is temperature sensor, and then proximity sensor, accelerometer, infrared sensor, pressure sensor, and then light sensor, ultrasonic sensor, smoke, gas, and alcohol sensor, electrochemical sensor, and the last one is potentiometric sensor. So that's it for the 10 types of sensor. For the third question is describe briefly the operation and the function of the sensors in question 2. So for the 10 types of sensor, I will describe briefly the operation and function of the sensor. So the first one is temperature sensor. Temperature sensor is sense temperature around us, and it measure the temperature change in our environment. So the second sensor is proximity sensor. Proximity sensor is able to detect presence of nearby object without any physical contact. So that's it for proximity sensor. And then for the third one is accelerometer. So basically, accelerometer is an electronic sensor that measures the acceleration force acting on object in order to determine the object's position in space and monitor the object's movement. So the fourth one is the infrared sensor. So infrared sensor is an electronic instrument that is used to sense certain characteristics of its surrounding. So it can detect the thing that near to the sensor. So the next one is pressure sensor. So pressure sensor works by converting pressure into an analog electrical signal. When pressure sensing technologies were first manufactured, they were mechanical and used Bourdon tube gauge to move a needle and give a visual indication of pressure. So that's it for pressure sensor. So the next one is light sensor. Light sensor is a passive device that convert this light energy, whether visible or in the infrared parts of the spectrum, into an electrical signal output. And then contoh dia macam kalau dekat library PISAS, Library Politeknik Sultan Azlan Shah, dia ada satu sensor dekat atas, macam dekat shilling. So bila orang lalu, dia akan detect and then lampu akan terbuka. So the next one is ultrasonic sensor. Ultrasonic sensors measure distance by using ultrasonic wave. So the sensor head emits an ultrasonic wave and receive the wave reflected back from the target. So that's it for ultrasonic sensors. Ultrasonic sensor. And then the next one is an alcohol, gas, and smoke sensor. So alcohol sensor detects the attentiveness of alcohol gas in the air, and an analog voltage is an output reading. So dia banyak guna dalam macam contoh kalau polis, dia akan gunakan sensor alkohol tu untuk mengesan berapa banyak alkohol dalam badan seseorang, contohnya pemandu kan. So the next one is electrochemical gas sensor. So for the electrochemical gas sensor, electrodes are enclosed in the sensor housing in contact with a liquid, which is electrolyte. So the gas diffuse into the sensor and through the membrane to working electrode. So when the gas reaches the working electrode, an electrochemical reaction occurs, either an oxidation or reduction depending on the type of gas. For the temperature sensor, so the application of the temperature sensor is it's commonly used to measure the temperature of oil and coolants. So it is used in automotive industries. For the proximity sensor, so it is used emits an proximity sensor often emits an electromagnetic field or beam of electromagnetic radiation, infrared for instance, and looks for changes in field or return signal. Accelerometer sensor, so it's used to sense orientation, coordinate acceleration, vibration, shock. It used to detect the position of the device in laptops and mobiles. For the infrared sensor, so it is passive infrared sensors are used for motion detection systems, and LDR sensors are used for outdoor lighting system. So other key application like climatology, meteorology, photo biomodulation, gas detectors, water analysis, anesthesiology testing, petroleum exploration, and rail safety. So for the pressure sensor, are used for control and monitoring in thousands of everyday applications. Pressure sensors can also be used to indirectly measure other variables such as fluid, gas, flow, speed, water level, and altitude. So that's it for pressure sensor. So the light sensor are commonly used in our life, such as in laptop and tablets. Phone and tablets, mobile phones and tablets. For the ultrasonic sensor, also ultrasonic sensor used primarily as proximity sensor. They can be found in automobile self-parking technology like X50, the latest car of Proton, and anti-collision safety systems. So ultrasonic sensor also use it in robotic obstacle detection system, as well as manufacturing technology. For the smoke, gas, and alcohol sensor, so the police used the sensor to detect the drunk person, the drunk drivers in the road. So for the electrochemical gas sensor, it used for the detection of environmental pollutants such as heavy metals, pesticides, and more. So the last one, potentiometric sensor. So this sensor measure the electrical potential of an electrode when no current is present. So that's it for last questions. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.